So good morning. Well, it's afternoon, like literally afternoon. I froze last night here at Pine Knob Shelter. I had to, it got down to about 35, and my setup is probably good to about 40 for comfort, I would say. I don't know. And I don't think I ate enough yesterday, so I didn't have enough calories. I had a hard time staying warm, so I had to keep getting up in the middle of the night and exercising because I was starting to shiver. So it was a rough night for me, and it took forever for the sun to get on this side of the mountain and warm it up. So Thru hikers have already come and had their lunch and left, and I'm just leaving for the day, so I'm gonna take it easy. I'm gonna do about 3-ish miles to the Pogo Memorial campsite, so it should be a nice, easy day. And I'm just gonna show you what the shelter looks like. So this is the shelter. Say hi, Megan.
Hello.
And let's see. Oh, I showed you the spring last night. The spring's down that way. And then to the right, if you can see, there's a bear pole. And then up the hill, there's a privy. It's not one of those nice moldering privies, but you know, it's a privy. That way's up. So like 10 minutes into my hike, I've got the wet cooling towel around my neck and my sun hat on. Froze all last night and now I'm too hot. So I guess I'm never satisfied. These are fiddlehead ferns. Some beautiful trail. Rocky but beautiful. It's a gorgeous day. Gonna go see Annapolis Rocks. Oh, I think I got too close. I'm sorry. You're fine. You're fine. I'll back up. You're so pretty. This is the spring at Annapolis Rocks. It was, you know, a little bit of a walk to get here, but I left my pack up on the rocks and walked down. I'm leaving Annapolis Rocks. Had a great time. Enjoyed the view for a while. Went down to the spring. Talked to some people. Saw some dogs. Saw a snake. Now all I've got to do is get to the Pogo campground. Let me tell you something. Like today, I just feel like I'm really hiking my own hike. There were folks I was fond of who I had to say goodbye to at the shelter this morning, and it was hard, but I can't keep up with them, you know. And if I tried, it would ruin my hike. So anyway, it feels good. And I'll tell you another thing. If the water sources on the AT would only be 3 miles apart, I'd walk it every year. I'm sitting here cameling up at the water source before the campground, which I'll regret because I'll have to get up a million times and pee tonight, but I'd rather get my water now than have to backtrack tomorrow morning. I don't think there's any water between here and the next shelter, so I'll have to carry all my water tomorrow, I believe. Well, I made it to the Pogo campsite. Mike, you remember this rickety privy? The last time we were here, it only had half a toilet seat on it. I remember walking up this hill to find a campsite. That's what I'm about to do. I love you, babe. Holy cow, what do I see? Is that a brand new privy up there? Oh man, do you see it in the center of the screen? I'll bet you it is. Oh, how nice. Oh, Nikki, look at this beauty. She's a pretty one. Okay, so the new privy is not yet functional, and it's been reported to me that there are still only half a toilet seat in the old one. And Mike, hasn't it been 3 years since we were here? But there is a brand new tent site. Check this out. Look at this. Do you see? I don't know if you can see that this is flat. This is flat. This is nice. They were working on this today, the trail maintainers, so I do appreciate it very much, and I'm gonna christen it. Oh, looks like I'm just uphill from the old privy. This is what camp is looking like tonight. Sun is almost down. I still have to get ready for bed and eat some dinner. Good morning. It's day 5 since I restarted at Gatlin State Park. I've got a challenging hike ahead of me today, and it's supposed to be 80 degrees, so I'm getting an early start. The sun isn't up yet, but I'm gonna start packing up my things, and you know, hopefully I'll have that done by the time the sun comes up. Let me turn this around and see if you can see the moon. It's pretty full, so it's nice and bright out here. Oh yeah, there she is. Of course, it's a lot brighter in person. And over there, you see those lights in the distance? That's a town. I don't know what town, but it's a town. Last night I was up to pee, and I was squatting on a slope, because that's a good strategy so that you don't pee on your shoes. And I lost my balance and started to fall backwards, and you know, luckily I caught myself, but I caught myself with my left foot, and I felt that third ligament in my ankle pretty much right away. So, and sure enough, even though I did some stretching before I got out of the tent, it's hurting a little bit while I'm packing up. But at least I have my ankle brace with me. I'm a little concerned because I know I have a very rocky ridgeline walk today, and that's going to be challenging, and hopefully I don't sprain my ankle again. That's just my biggest concern right now. I think that dispersed camping is really my thing. Like, I slept good last night. I loved the privacy, just being able to stand up next to my tent, change my clothes. Yeah, I don't know. It was great. I woke up early this morning because I slept better, and I feel great, and I'm moving way faster than any other day so far. So I don't know, the shelters are really nice if you're beat down, or if it's raining, for sure. But I'm looking forward to Pennsylvania. Here in Maryland, you can't just camp wherever. You have to camp at a designated camping spot. But in Pennsylvania, I know there's lots of dispersed camping, or you can find a stealth site. I think that maybe that's for me. I do enjoy meeting the people at the shelters a lot. The people are great. But I also like to do my own thing, I guess. The trail loves me today, and I love the trail. The trail is a rocky baby today. Look how pretty the spider webs are in the sunshine. They look like glitter. So this is why I said today was going to be a challenging hike. I am standing on the Appalachian Trail, and directly in front of me is north. Off to the left, more rocks, and then off to the right, more rocks and a view. Is this looking familiar, Mike? Is it bringing back memories? So the very first time I did a shakedown hike, Mike went with me, and this was the portion we ran into our second day on trail, and we hadn't had a very successful first day on trail. So we were up here, it was 80 degrees, and we had come from Ohio, which was like 50 degrees. Our packs were too heavy, I think around 40 some pounds. We had never walked on the Appalachian Trail before. We were in shock at the terrain. We were up here at midday, almost out of water, and a lot of these rocks wobble. So that increases the anxiety, and then also just knowing that there's probably a lot of snakes in here. I'm wondering if, you're going to run into a copperhead or a rattlesnake. So it really was an awful experience. And I hope today goes a little bit better. Surely snakes live in here, right? If I was a snake, I would live in there. More snake houses. Today's been my favorite day on trail so far. And I guess that just really goes to show you that your perspective makes a big difference how you experience your reality. This was once a really bad day when I went through this same section, and now it's been the best day. The May apples are getting so big, you can even see the buds starting to form. I've got to climb over the top of that rocky ridge that I've been walking next to all day. This is kind of steep. Almost got it licked now. Let's see what it looks like down below. Maybe not that impressive, but it was steep to me. Well, baby, this is it. This is the start of that hill. I'll tell the rest of you about the hill another time. It's kind of hot up here. This steep downhill I just did is not my jam. And it goes on for 7/10 of a mile.